Hello everyone. Today I thought I'd do a guitar lesson on something easy as well as beautiful, something that everybody recognizes. This one also goes out to my ma. She's learning guitar and she absolutely loves this song. So this really goes out to my mom. So definitely check out the practice journal up there. This helps you break these things apart. I'm going to introduce each part of this piece one line at a time, but it helps if you can write that into your practice journal so that you can kind of break it apart and work on it throughout the week. That is the best way to practice. If you need any practice tips or anything, check out the comments below, and also members of musicandguitarlessons.com. You guys can download the PDF, as well as I'm revealing my Facebook group that you guys get to ask me questions in, as well as join live streams. Also, if you want to download the PDF here, you can click the link in the description below, take you to the blog post, and you can download it. Okay, guys, so first off, this first line, we're going to be in 3/4. This is in the key of C, and we're going to be outlining the melody as well as playing some of the chords underneath it. So to start, let's just take a look at those first two measures you'll see below me there. We're going to be starting with our open G. We're going to be getting 4 notes of the C chord, and that'll be on the A, D, G, and B strings. 3rd fret of the A with your 3rd finger, 2nd fret of the D for that E, open G, and C, 1st fret of the B. Now, of course, you can check out my channel on how to read music for guitar. I will be posting, actually in a couple days, a couple hour-long video that'll teach you one step at a time. If this part confuses you, or you could just follow me. No, verbally. So we get open G, and then the C. Then at the end of that first measure, we get a 3 and. So that's our open high E and our 1st fret of the B. E, C. And then you're going to use your 2nd finger to reach over here, and you keep your 1st down and get the low G as well as your G, B, and E strings. Of course, 1st fret of the B. So overall, we get open G, C chord, E, C, reach the 2nd finger over, and then what you're going to do is you're going to place your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the D and your pinky on the 3rd fret of the B, and hit those 3, but keep your index planted because you're going to use it as a plant so that you can move to our A minor chord, which will be open A, 2nd fret of the D with your 2nd finger, 2nd fret of the G with your 3rd finger, and index on the 1st fret of the B. Right, so overall, open G, C chord, E, C, and then that stretch, placing these 2 fingers, and then A minor chord. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your pinky for the 3rd fret of the D, and you're going to hit that and the 2nd fret of your G string with your pinky there, and then you're going to move your pinky to the 3rd fret of the A and lift up your 3rd finger and leave your 2nd finger down on the 2nd fret of the D there. So we get pinky, move, and then lift that. Then we're going to hit those 3 again. So I'm going to run through this line one more time for the left hand, and then next I'm going to show you how the right hand works. So we have open G, C chord, E, C, stretching, and then placing these 2 fingers, A minor chord, pinky hits the 3rd fret of the D, and then jumps to the 3rd fret of the A, and then we hit it one more time on the 3rd beat. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to count you into this. So we're going to do the pickup of G, which is starting on the 3rd beat. So you'll see that first measure is kind of short, right? But it starts on the 3rd beat. And after that, we're going to be getting a half note for the melody, and these will be ringing, and we get 3 and. So 1, 2, 3, and. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, and 1. Right. So I'm going to count you through this. We have half notes and quarter notes after that, so it's 1, 2, 3, 1 after that. So check this out. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, let's check out the right hand fingering. Okay, so for the right hand on the first part, we're starting with our index on that G string, and then thumb, index, and middle, and ring for those 4 middle. And then ring for the high E, and middle for the B. So we get index, all 4, ring, middle, and then all 4. And those 4, of course, are low E, G, B, and E. And then I'm going to use my thumb, index, and middle to get the D, G, and B, and then all 4. And then my thumb and index for the D and G, and thumb, index, and middle for the A, D, and G. All right, so we get index, all 4, ring, middle, all 4, thumb, index, middle, all 4, thumb and index, and then thumb, index, middle, and then that again. All right, let's take a look at the next line. All right, so for line 2, we're starting with that C major chord, which was we've already seen the 4 middle strings there. And then we're going to be basically repeating our first measure, 3, and then after that, same deal. And we're going to be putting these down just like in the last line. And then keeping your index down, you're actually going to just jump to second finger, 2nd fret of the D, pinky, 3rd fret of the high E, right? So 3 and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? And we're going to hold that for 3 beats of that measure, then 2 of the next measure. So we get 1, 2, 1, 2, open E on that high, on that 3rd beat there. So what we get, counting in, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And if I were to play it from the top line there, what I get is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So now when you're going from the first line to the second, you end that with your pinky up there. I just play that C chord with the pinky. At the beginning I played it like that, but I really just play with my pinky. It just seems just as easy just to keep it there, not to shift around too much. Okay, so let's take a look at the right hand of this part real quick. It's pretty similar, and we're going to look at the last 2 lines. Okay, so for this next line, we're going to be doing the 4 middle strings, and then ring on the high E, middle on the B, and then low E, G, B, and E with our 4 fingers, thumb, index, and middle for the D, G, and B, right? And then what you're going to do is you're going to get thumb, index, and middle for the D, B, and G. Leave that G out, or sorry, the D, B, and high E. So those 3. So what we get is the 4, ring, middle, 4, thumb, index, middle, thumb, index, middle. And then the last note of that line, you're going to get the open high E with your ring. So one more time, 4 middles, ring, middle, all 4, thumb, index, middle, and then thumb, index, middle, and then ring. All right, let's check out the next line. All right, guys, line 3. We're starting with the C chord, but this time we're going to have a high G there. So that's the 3rd fret of your high E, 1st fret of your B, open G, and then 3rd fret of your A string. And then high E open, 3rd fret, high E open, and the C chord we've already run into. So open G, you're going to get 3rd fret of the A and D with your 3rd finger and pinky, and your 2nd finger is going to get 2nd fret of the G. So open G, and then we get 1st fret of the B twice, da, da, and then 2nd of the G. And then our 3rd fret of the A, 2nd fret of the D, and open G. So 1st fret, 2nd fret, and then kind of the lower half of that C chord. So C chord, open G, and then this is our F chord, but 3rd fret of the A and D, 2nd fret of the G, and then we're going to do 1st fret there, da, da, da. Okay, so let's count this out. What we get is 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3. All right, so let's take a look at the next line. And what we're going to do is we're going to kind of combine the right hand fingerings of the last 2 lines because they're very similar and we don't really need to go through them too much. The very last line is actually pretty close to the very first, and by pretty close I mean pretty much exactly the same. So let's take a look at it. The next line, we have our C chord, and then that E, C, and 8th notes like in the beginning, and then stretching your 2nd finger over, and then these fingers get placed again, and then just finish with the C chord with those notes just in the middle. So overall, from the 2nd line to the end of the last line, or sorry, the 3rd line to the end of the last line, we get 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You just let it ring out and let it finish. It's so pretty, right? All right, so let's take a look at the right hand fingerings, and then I'm going to give you a couple extra instructions. All right, guys, we're going to take a look at this next line. We've got the A, G, B, and E, starting with all our 4 fingers. And then I do ring, middle, ring, and then all 4. Then index on the G, and thumb, index, and middle, A, D, and G. And then I do ring, middle, index, B, B, G, as far as strings, B string, G string, which is actually note C, C, A. All right, so we get middle, ring, middle strings, index, thumb, index, and middle, ring, middle, index, and then thumb, index, and middle. And then index, we go to the last line, we're getting all 4. Ring, middle, low E, G, B, and E, all 4 fingers. Thumb, index, and middle on your D, G, and B. And then the 4 middle strings there for that last chord. So we get middle, ring, middle, 4 in the middle. And then index, thumb, index, middle. Ring, middle, index, thumb, index, middle, index, the 4 in the middle, ring, middle, thumb, index, and middle, and then 4 in the middle. All right, guys, I'm glad that you stopped by to learn this piece. This is a really pretty piece. If you have trouble with the entire arrangement, just try the melody with the beams poking up. Now, of course, you can be a member of musicandguitarlessons.com and get access to any of my PDFs, my books. You also get access to my awesome Facebook group. It's $10 a month. You help me keep rolling, and you also get to ask questions and kind of interface with me on a more one-on-one basis. Definitely don't forget to check out the practice journal. That's down in the description as well as up in the cards. Subscribe and check out the next video. Happy practice, guys. Definitely do not forget to subscribe and like this video.